And ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Wish there were ladies here. Welcome, folks, to our live Enemy Starfleet watch along. I am the Tokyo Gaijin, of course, and we are going to be watching this live right here on this live stream, thanks to the wonderful magic of YouTube and this video being on YouTube. I'm going to be stopping it in parts. We're going to critique it. We're going to say some things about it, and we're going to keep going. But we're going to hopefully have a great show for you guys today. And I'm going to bring on our first panel member, Mr. Vice President. Welcome.
Hello, Tokyo. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for joining.
That's all right. Thanks for hosting the show. I'm just tweaking my sound levels right now. Do I sound okay? There's no echo or anything?
You sound good to me.
That's good.
Cool. So, all right. So a little bit of background on the episode we're going to watch. This is Enemy Starfleet from Star Trek New Voyages Phase 2. And this is the 6th episode that they produced. Starring James Cawley, Brandon Stacey, who was Zachary Quinto's stunt double, and a bunch of others, including Barbara Luna, who was the captain's girl in Mirror Mirror. This would be her second appearance on Phase 2, as she originally appeared in the second episode, which is fantastically nuts. And maybe we can do that another time. But this is in the height of back in 2000. Oof. I don't remember when this came out, but this came out, according to the YouTube page, 11 years ago.
I can't remember, to be honest. It's a long time since I watched Phase 2. Good series. Very good fan fiction series.
They have a whole, some technical notes here. Let's go ahead and let me pull this up and we'll just read along with this before we go. Not Google Slides, hang on. I'm not an expert at this whatsoever, so I want New Voyages because we want the sound. I'm not sure how well the sound is going to come out. I'm going to turn the volume all the way up on this video. Okay, so it came out in 2012, updated 6th of April 2012. It was released in 2011, April 22nd, 2011, claiming stardate 7232.5. Tuesday, December 31st, 2267. It was written by Dave Glattner and Patty Wright, directed by Ben Toplin, who would later become, he would also play Spock in this show. Special effects are done by Tobias Richter of the Dave School. And subtitles are provided by the writers, as well as German subtitles by some fans. It's about an hour long. It's going to be a lot longer because we're going to be doing a stop and go. And yeah, this is really, really one of my favorites. And you'll see why very, very soon. Folks, just a reminder, at the top of the chat is a link to join us here on the backstage. It's going to be open, open forum.
You've got these are the.
What's that?
Okay. I thought you had a different episode open, but I read the title wrong. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry, man.
No problem. All right, so we're not lagging or anything. It's just stopped at a refresh point. So here we go, folks. We're going to now begin Enemy Starfleet from Star Trek Phase 2, New Voyages. And again, we're going to be stopping, starting, and also legally full credit goes to the creators of this awesome, wonderful fan film. At least I think it's wonderful. Let's go ahead and just get into the reason why you clicked on the stream.
Captain's log stardate 7232.5. The Enterprise has spent the last 2 weeks mapping a previously unexplored sector. Long-range sensors indicate a rich iridium vein on the 7th planet of an uninhabited system. A landing party is investigating.
Jim, I don't know why we're taking this risk. I mean, one false move and a chain reaction could blow away half this continent.
Iridium.
John Kelly, I do believe he is a nephew of DeForest Kelly. I could be wrong on that, but I do believe he is directly related to D. Kelly.
Excellent. He does an excellent performance of McCoy, I've got to say.
Yeah. He looks the part. And you'll get used to his acting as McCoy. He's actually really good and has a lot of good one-liners in this one. So let's go ahead and keep going. Just a quick note.
May be unstable, Bones, but it's essential to Starship construction. The source in this sector is going to be extremely important to the Federation for many years to come. Besides,
I'm getting a few frame drops and legs. Is that my fault, Tokyo, or are you getting it too?
He suffered a terrible loss. Freeman meant everything to him.
duty leaves.
Say that again?
Sorry, Tokyo. I'm getting a few frame drops and bit of lag. Do you think that's something to do with my end, or are you getting it too? Like, not terrible, just every now and again a bit laggy.
It's probably StreamYards.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Vice President. Hey, Tokyo. How are you?
And
Hey,
well,
Omni.
Thank you. Is this Jeopardy? Am I in the right room or no?
unfortunately, Jeopardy is off for 2 weeks.
Oh, got it. Okay. I ended up here somehow. Watching New Voyages.
Glad you landed.
Thank you. This is actually a good episode. This is a really well-produced show, actually. I'm glad you picked this one.
And just to add some context, folks, this is a direct sequel to Blood and Fire, written by David Gerald, which became Carlos Pendraza, one of Carlos Pendraza's outlets for his activism, which guest starred Bobby Rice, formerly from Hidden Frontier. Bobby Rice plays Peter Kirk. They pulled an Alexander and made him significantly older. And also, Peter Kirk is bisexual. And he had a husband who was infected with regular bloodworms and died. And so, Kirk is now having to deal with all of these crises on top of Peter's loss. So, Kirk's not having a good day in this one.
There's little time for personal pain.
Or personal relationships. Like uncle, like nephew. You both ignore what you can't control. Grief, family. Don't you see? No amount of throwing yourselves into your work is going to make either disappear. We were having a conversation.
You were psychoanalyzing, Bones. I wasn't listening.
Preliminary scans indicate a rich deposit close to the surface. There will be minimal danger in extracting it. An extraordinary find.
Let's mark this vein and wrap things up, Spock. Kirk to Enterprise, come in. Kirk to Enterprise, come in.
Signal is being jammed locally.
Spock space. Did the roll.
What the devil's going on here? The big question is, what's going on up
Man, was he channeling Shatner there or what? Love it.
there? Space.
And you'll see Cawley do that a lot
The
in
final frontier.
Channel Shatner. His expressions are Shatner.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out.
She did, but I also think that James Cawley did a good Kirk also.
Does a hell of an Elvis too.
He's an Elvis impersonator.
Yes, he is. Oh yeah.
I think he still is.
Interesting thing about this show versus the other one, Star Trek Continues, they did it in 16:9, whereas Star Trek Continues did it in 4:3.
Yeah.
So it's subtle, but it changes the look of the show a bit when it's in that wider aspect.
And the CG that they use on Continues also is rendered in the style that you would see in the 60s with practical models. It was really well done.
It kind of looks like the remastered, Blu-rays, right? It's kind of that caliber.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. And this is fantastic too.
No, this is good.
Tobias Richter is a really fantastic 3D artist.
And when did this come out? About 10 years ago?
2011.
Yeah, okay. So,
all right, now I can turn the volume back up because I believe we could get copyright stricken for the TOS theme. Not sure, but just in case, I did lower it a little bit. Yeah, and folks, the Enterprise sets that you're about to I believe somewhere in Ticonderoga.
In New York, upstate New York. Yep.
When the one of the positive things that came out of the guidelines was that they allowed James Cawley to officially purchase a license, and it's now the official Star Trek set tour.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
What about the one in Georgia that Vic used? What about that one? Is that still up?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
I think he had to strike those sets.
Gotcha. And they have a shuttle pod too, I think, right? There. The replica of one.
So here's the full credits for Enemy Starfleet. YouTube. I'm talking to the YouTube algorithm here. This is not mine. I do not claim this. This is based on Star Trek. This is a fan film, folks. It's freely accessible here on YouTube. Let's keep going.
Captain's log supplemental. During a general mining survey on an uninhabited planet, we've been attacked. Security Chief Dickerson, dead. In orbit, a similar ambush. Reason or reasons? Unknown.
Deflector screens raised.
Barbaruna.
Minimal damage.
Zahn, originally scheduled to be on Star Trek Phase 2 to replace Spock.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot that they brought Zahn into this. It's been ages since I've watched this. I thought that was a nice touch that they brought that character onto this.
Yeah, I like the concept of Zahn, but we just didn't see him until this.
No.
Weapons and shields are Class 13.
Okay. This is DeSalle. He's an original TOS character brought to life, and I forgot his name. I talked to him years and years ago when I used to lurk on Facebook. This, because of episode 2 of New Voyages, the time travel episode with the Guardian Forever, he actually became my favorite character of this series. He doesn't get to do so much in this episode, but his portrayal of DeSalle was fantastic. He's like the Tom Paris if Tom Paris took 7 gallons of cool juice and then injected it.
I'm sure Tom would disagree with that.
They're not acknowledging hails, Mr.
Kim Stinger, I forgot her actual last name. She, during Vic's rebellion, she actually went with Vic to play Uhura on Star Trek Continues.
That was interesting. The same character. Yeah.
And I love her Uhura. The first one, I believe her name was like Julian Irons or something like that. She got pregnant and couldn't reprise her role. She was a decent Uhura, but kind of reminds me of Mariner, that Uhura did. This is Kim Singer's a perfect Uhura, both on this and Continues.
DeSalle.
Phaser set to 1/2.
Locked.
Fire.
Hostiles' weapons are offline.
Uhura, try to raise the landing party.
Aye, sir.
Reestablish orbit, Mr. Kyle. Zahn, scan for human life signs and have the transporter room stand by.
Still no contact with the planet, sir.
Elvis, put that thing away. You don't know where that thing's been. This is Bobby Rice. He plays Peter Kirk. That explosion missed him, and he still grabs his neck.
So is Peter George's son?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the same. It's the same character.
Got it.
Like I said, they pulled an Alexander and morphed him. Into
He aged very quickly. Yeah, I mean it's okay.
Captain!
Okay, this guy, I don't know his name, but this is Chekhov, because a lot of people aren't going to recognize this. His Chekhov, he's not the best, but he's passable for Chekhov. Better than the first guy from the first episode, but not as good as the second guy that replaced him in the Walter Koenig episode, which I might actually do a review of too.
Nice tumble.
Damn! Bones! I'm all right.
The hostiles have retreated, but communication links are still being jammed by a device on the surface.
Find it.
It's like a water pistol.
Who are you? Why did you attack us?
All your kind will pay.
Get ready for the most technically awesome, most intelligent piece of anything put to cinema to disable a MacGuffin.
Oh, Spock.
That was it.
Kirk here.
Communications restored.
Kirk to Enterprise.
Enterprise, Sal here. Captain, we've been attacked, but we're undamaged. It's an alien ship of unknown design. We disabled their weapons, but they've taken on a landing pod and are fleeing the system.
Okay, he phoned it in there. Obviously, he's reading the cue cards.
Yeah.
Disappointing, because he's a good actor.
Mr. DeSalle, the landing party needs an emergency beam out. Have medical and security teams standing by in the transporter room. Plot a pursuit course on that alien vessel.
You can tell that was practiced 6 times over.
And take 12.
Yep.
Still no response to our hail, sir.
We are falling back, Captain.
Scotty.
The wee bit faster, sir. Let's talk in the boat.
Charles Root plays Scotty. And his interpretation was Scotty is now slowly morphing into the Scotty that we know in the movies. And he's good Scotty.
Put on a few pounds, got the mustache. Yeah, he's
How's
good.
the captain, Bones? Well, he's sedated. He's got a concussion, but otherwise he's fine. Now, your nephew, on the other hand, is down there beating himself.
The business of this ship. He was distracted on the planet. He could have been killed.
Yeah, well, whose distraction are you worried about? His or yours? Now, you have an opportunity here to be a real father figure. Now, maybe you are more comfortable as his captain, but what that boy needs right now
What I need is my ship's chief medical officer to tend to ship's business. Report red alert. I've got the prisoner ready for questioning.
Of course, Captain.
Spock, hostiles position.
They have exceeded our maximum speed and are slipping out of center range.
Scotty, we can't lose them.
But given it all we got, sir.
Captain, I'm reading several vessels incoming.
Confirmed. 9 vessels, similar configuration to the alien hostiles, on an intercept course.
DeSalle. Tactical report.
They've got speed on their side, sir, but our weapons and shields completely outclass them. You haven't got a prayer.
Mr. Sulu, maintain course. Reduce speed.
Aye, sir.
Open a channel, Lieutenant. Let's give them one more chance.
Aye, sir. Channel open.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the Federation Starship Enterprise. We have aboard a member of your team from the unprovoked attack.
I'm sorry, but Elvis comes through way too much on this one.
Respect the hair. Yeah.
Respect to James Cawley.
He snarled his lip a little bit. Yeah. Curled his lip. But you notice the lighting on the show. Like the other Star Trek Continues was so. I'm going to compare it because the lighting was so much more true to the original series on Continues. This one is shadows. They didn't exactly get it 100% right. But it's good. I mean, it's really good. I'm not. I mean, if Continues what didn't exist, I wouldn't even be saying anything. But it's like they were meticulous on that show. This one's, and the uniforms are great too. By the way, the costumes are excellent on this one.
Yeah. The reasoning for the production design that James Cawley gave back when he originally launched the show was that he wanted to put a modern twist on TOS.
And that's what it looks like. Yeah.
And the screens that he uses on this, he spent a lot of money upgrading the bridge set from what it was back when he had his first episode. It's got actual displays that work.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
His take was that you don't have to have 60s technology to make a good Star Trek fan film. You can use modern technology to do it. It was mainly in a response to Starship Exeter, which was excellent, by the way, which filmed everything with 1966 tech. The bridge was 1966. They used models. Pardon me. Hold on, I'm going to mute for a second. Clear my throat.
And he's muted.
And I'm back. And as time went on, and the JJ films came out, James wanted to prove, like a proof of concept, that you don't need to update, because he's a purist. He's a TOS purist at heart. And especially the statement he would make about modern Trek. You know, you don't need to change things and update them for the modern audience. You can keep it, but, you know, modernize every little thing.
Like they did for the one credit I'll give to Enterprise, like they did for the In the Moreau Darkly.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you heard it here, folks. You're not hallucinating. I actually complimented an Enterprise show.
The non-canon show. I'm sorry. About it wouldn't be a Jeopardy night without it.
No,
it wouldn't be. A lot of the set pieces from In a Mirror Darkly came from these guys.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool.
Specifically, the helm console, I believe, was on loan from the
from a fan, or from okay.
And so that's how much In a Mirror Darkly agreed with James Cawley.
Wait, he's been and that was in 2002, though, right? So they were running this back then.
2005. That was 2005, and he was already on episode 3.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize they overlapped like that. Okay.
Yeah.
He did that Farragut thing, too, didn't he do that? Something with the Farragut?
He started the Farragut on the pilot, but after his fallout with Vic, Farragut...
That's right.
Partnered up with Vic. DJ Ronnie G, welcome to the show. And yes, I do like Cawley's performance as well. Just critiquing him a little bit, but Cawley was a wonderful Kirk if you watch the entire set up until Ben Cross. Not Ben Cross. I think it was Ben Cross.
They did change actors, right? He went to somebody in the last season, yeah.
Because he wanted to go professional.
Professional Elvis? Or you mean get a professional actor? Okay.
Professional actors, yeah. And I think that's where the fallout began. If I remember the legend right, because Vic wanted to be Kirk, and James said no, and then they had a dick measuring contest.
Didn't Vic play an alien though in one of these episodes? He was in one of these. This one?
He will appear in.
Oh, okay. I remember that. Yeah.
And he was also the Malkthon House Duras in Katoomba.
That's right, Katoomba. That's what he was. He was an alien, right? He was a Klingon. That's right.
But he appears in this too.
Got it.
I didn't realize that of pulling out, so that's strange. But yeah, there's only one Kirk you kind of, unless you're doing like an enemy within episode, but there's literally two of them. You can't. Someone has to play him, and someone has to miss out.
So, Mr. VP, since this is a non-canon show, can we watch next week the episode of Enterprise, and you can join us for that too? I mean. we got you watching some non-canon here.
Stricken instantly.
Sorry, what? What did you say, Tokyo? Sorry?
I said we would get copyright stricken instantly.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Well, you can make it fuzzy, right? You can put the timer up there. Yeah.
Censor everybody's face.
Yeah.
On our vessel. Stand by. Prepare.
Unremarkable lasers and weak riveted torpedoes. Minimal damage to our shields.
Moreau.
This makes no sense. We'd have to load our screens for them to do any damage.
On the contrary, Mr. Chekhov, they're concentrating their fire on one area near our starboard nacelle strut. They appear familiar with our configuration. They will eventually break through our shields at that point.
Mr. Scott, reinforce the starboard shields. Chekhov, half phasers. Warn them off.
Aye, sir.
One alien vessel has taken heavy damage and is losing life support. Another has lost warp power.
That's a warning, Mr. Chekhov?
I'm sorry, sir. They're more fragile than I expected.
Shields at starboard nacelle strut down 3%.
It's like being attacked by kittens.
Indeed, but given enough time, their claws will do damage.
I'm not just going to order their destruction. Why won't they communicate with us?
They must believe that doing so would be less fruitful than their attack.
Security to sickbay. I want the prisoner brought to the bridge.
Look like Maquis ships.
Yeah.
Who are you? Why did you attack us?
My name is Alkar Kirill, Adjutant Commander of the 9th Peshin Fleet. You will get no more from me.
We're not here to harm you or your people. If they would simply respond to our hails.
Our hails have always been answered by insult and invasion. Why would we answer yours? Impressive. Are you mercenaries or Alirsa's new personal toy?
Alirsa? Listen, I don't know anybody named Alirsa. We're not your enemy.
You may as well kill me now. Your Meskin mind tricks won't work.
We're not your enemy.
We're not Meskin. We represent the United Federation of Planets. We're here on a peaceful mission.
Meskin murderer! 200 people on each interceptor!
This will be our daily double on the overacting bit.
I love this. He's such Kirk though. He's such Shatner now. We are not your enemy.
We're not your enemy.
We're not your enemy.
We're United Federation of Planets. We're on a peaceful mission of exploration.
That's great.
Oh, this is Sulu, played by J.P. Tapnapa, who is also another flow over from Hidden Frontier.
We didn't fire.
Captain! There! Perjure yourself again, as the evidence against you destroys my fleet!
Cool ship.
Jim, is that one of our ships?
Sir, the Eagle was lost 8 years ago with all hands.
On the other side of the quadrant.
There's been significant alteration, armor plating, disruptor cannons. But it is the Eagle, Captain, and she's attacking Peshin's ships with alacrity.
Mr. Scott, extend our shields to cover them.
We can't protect them all, sir. And the ones we can, it'll take some doing to maintain.
Do it. Lieutenant O'Rourke, try to raise the Eagle.
They're jamming all channels, sir.
Captain, they're picking off the Persian ships one by one.
Mr. Sulu, put us between them. Change course. 213, Mark 6.
Another Peshin vessel has been destroyed. Yet they continue to attack us from within our own shields.
Release him. Tell your people we're trying to protect them.
They won't listen. They'll assume subterfuge.
One Peshin vessel on collision course, attempting to ram.
Tractor beam.
Damage to secondary hull.
Shields are buckling, sir.
Damage control teams, decks 18 to 21.
The Persians are breaking away from our shields. Eagle is altering course to pursue.
They cannot withstand an assault outside our protection.
Block phasers on.
I don't know about you guys. Full knowing that he's Sulu, but Tapnapa's Sulu, I kind of like it a lot better than, well, I'm not a big fan of George Takei anyway, but
Grant.
I like Grant was great.
Yeah.
Grant was great. Tapnapa doesn't sound like Sulu, but he plays the role really well, even though it's just like
He's not trying to imitate George Takei. That's the difference, right? He's just playing it normal. It's not
right.
Yeah.
That's really refreshing to see. Like, good. He's a good actor. I followed him since Hidden Frontier. After Pendraza left the project and Rob Cabes took over towards the end, it became less of an outlet for activism and more like Star Trek, the way it should be. And Tapnapa was a big part of making that good.
I can't remember Hidden Frontier. Was that another original series fan production, or was that
Hidden Frontier is a green screen series.
Oh, was that the one with like TNG era ships?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I actually have seen that. I just forgot what it was, but yes. And it started off with ships similar to Voyager, right? It started off with ships similar to Voyager, didn't it?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's keep going.
On the Eagle, Mr. Chekhov.
Eagle now targeting us, both phaser and disruptor banks.
Evasive. Return fire, Mr. Chekhov. I want that ship to safety.
A little bit of video game graphics there, I think.
But it's not much worse than was on the Blu-ray remasters.
The prefix code may be intact, but normal ship-to-ship communication links are jammed.
Change our codes. The Eagle, how long?
8 years now.
And they're pumping that smoke
You
in.
really don't know?
The prefix code thing, if you compare it, it's just a small bit. But the way it's used, a hell of a lot better than anything produced by New Trek. Just that one line. Because that's something that...
The prefix code came in the Wrath of Khan. Prior to that, we didn't even have that.
But the point I'm getting at is that it's used the way it's supposed to be used in this.
Yes.
New Trek would make an entire episode around it.
Yeah.
Try to explain it to the activists that are just coming on to Star Trek.
Yeah, true.
This isn't a trick.
A trick? Commander Kirk, this is a nightmare. Who commands that ship?
Now,
Alirsa. Vile, dangerous creature. She and her crew worm their way onto free vessels, twisting innocent minds to do their bidding. Telepaths. No, they don't read minds. They're psychomorphs. Twisting the perceptions of others and forcing the will upon those who are receptive. The Meskin used to revile those with such power, but now they've risen for control and cast Alirsa as the savior.
What do they need to be saved from?
We're not proud of it, but far in Peshin history, my people subjugated the Meskin. Alirsa's now bent on revenge. Captain, they've devastated our fleet from 700 strong to fewer than 70. No matter our past crimes, this is not justice.
Evasive means to evade, Mr. Chekhov.
They've reconfigured their thruster ports and impulse drive, sir. They outrun us at sublight.
Let's show them what these engines can do.
Aye, sir.
Damn.
There was a classic Chekhov scream there.
Yeah, he passes the Chekhov scream, so he's officially Chekhov.
Your agonizer, please.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Spock, please, no.
I was thinking of the scream he did in the motion picture, but the
oh yeah, that's true.
Too,
Torpedo away.
Oh, keep that in mind because they pulled something off like that here. Threw him.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He's like, get out of here.
This is he's channeling Shatner. He's living him.
Dorsal shield's weakening.
Going into the turbo limit.
They've blown the long-range subspace transceiver.
Centel, torpedoes, deck 24. There's no armor there.
I wonder if he named that character for Randy Santel, the world-class professional eater.
Oh, okay. Possibly.
Yeah, because he was doing videos around that. That's when I started watching them.
We've damaged the cargo bay, Section 3A. They're breaking off.
They're the bully on the block, Spock. They're not used to having a bloody nose.
But there's no strategic value there.
This guy's acting is terrible. I mean, it's terrible. It's really bad. It's bad.
Yeah. There is. It's a coolant junction for their weapons subsystems. There's bypasses, but they may not know about them.
Captain, the Eagle is hailing. It's a non-standard frequency. All other channels are still blocked, sir.
Stall them. Analyze that signal. If we can get into those computers while their weapons are down.
Aye, sir.
Commander Carroll, we're going to set this right.
Come to my quarters later.
It's not New Trek.
Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
I need to get back up there.
Nurse.
This is a
Will that help?
Yeah, me. It'll paralyze your fingers.
Where did you intern at Gulag?
I haven't killed you. Yet.
And how are you doing, Mr. Kirk?
Other than my destroyed career, I wasn't thinking down there. I rushed out, got myself shot. Stupid mistake.
Mr. Emo.
I endangered the whole landing party.
John Kelly's performance was fantastic.
I'm sure my uncle is drawing up the transfer orders himself.
Yes.
Better than Sideburn, dude.
We are in the middle of a space battle with two unknown attack forces. And the security guard who dashed instead of crawled on the planet's surface is foremost on the captain's mind.
My actions could have gotten people killed.
Perhaps it was a clever diversion.
It wasn't. It was a mistake.
Ensign, if you continue to crucify yourself like this, you're going to drive yourself insane.
Listen to him. He's speaking from experience.
Sir, mistakes are supposed to be a learning experience. If I don't examine them, I won't learn.
And that's something that most people never understand. It's examine, not dissect.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Sir, am I fit for duty?
Yeah, but your shift has ended. Take advantage of the downtime. Doctor's orders.
We're at red alert. I'm needed at my station.
Ensign, someone else will cover your station. Give yourself a break.
I think that was an insult to the alien ships. Oh, we don't need you. We're at red alert. Well, we don't need you right now. They're not doing anything to us.
Go. Save the galaxy tomorrow. Remind you of anyone you know?
Yes, but he doesn't need to punish himself for everything.
Of course not. He's not Russian.
Am I fit for duty now, Doctor?
Nope. But that's never stopped you before. Go on. You're released. Get out of here.
Why are you?
Orin, sir. They've replaced many of the computer systems.
These changes are acting like a firewall. There's no remote access from here, sir.
Then get me their logs as far back as you can.
Aye, sir.
Done slacking? I am not the one who was malingering on extended leave.
There's more to life than Starfleet, my friend.
This would be around the time where Moreau was conceived. So we know what Sulu was up to on shore leave.
Around the time we...
Lies.
What, sorry? Around the time with what?
Well, I think he's talking about his daughter.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You can tell by his he had a
Captain, we're
grant.
locked out. We've retrieved some of the logs, nothing recent.
They're going to take some time to decrypt.
Then let's buy some. Uhura, patch me through.
Barbara Luna.
Oh, there she is. Wow.
Alirsa?
Don't be fooled, Captain. She's quite deadly, especially in person.
Tantalus
I'll
device.
take that under advisement.
It seems we've gotten off on the wrong foot, Captain Pike.
It's Captain Kirk. Your library computers are out of date.
Captain Kirk. You'll forgive me, of course.
Oh, of course. Now just return that ship.
Oh dear. You're going to be difficult. How disappointing. Do you really expect me to give up such a comfortable ship? It's so cozy. Well, perhaps we can come to an understanding, Captain. I could send a shuttlecraft for you if you like, and we could discuss an armistice of sorts here on my flagship. I could even give you a tour of the improvements we've made.
That's an interesting proposal, but why don't I just slit my throat for you right now and save you all the trouble?
You would do that for little old me?
I've warned him about you, Alirsa. He's not going to put himself in your clutches.
Oh, Carr, I hope you're well.
Clutches.
And how are the rest of your family? Oh dear. I miscounted. None. I'll let.
I don't suppose you'd like to beam over to this vessel and we'll have a little chat.
Beaming. Yes, the transporters. That is one technology that we have been unable to decipher. Kirk, if you would be willing to let my technicians...
That's not going to happen, Captain.
love those old sounds.
Codes are either corrupt or different.
Oh, he's a clever boy. I'm sure he changed them as soon as he realized we were a threat. He's not like that blue buffoon. Kirk is formidable.
Do you fancy him?
Careful, Andok. A tongue as sharp as yours could slit its own throat. Remember, darling, one can never have too many pets. Condris, how long?
Any moment, milady.
She's no fool. She knew those codes would be changed. She's stalling. Why?
She may be waiting for assistance. Our intelligence reports indicate that she's developed a new battleship. I thought your vessel one of them. That's why we attacked you.
Scanning. They're effectively hampering our long-range sensors, the disadvantage of their close familiarity with our systems.
Eagle is hailing again, Captain.
I'm sorry we couldn't come to an understanding, Captain Kirk. Perhaps we'll renegotiate when my boot is on your throat.
Dun, dun, dun.
Captain's log supplemental. The USS Eagle, missing for 8 years, has been found in the hands of alien aggressors. Reverse engineering our technology, they've apparently created their own starships. An enemy Starfleet.
Spock analysis. An interesting amalgam of Federation and alien technologies, Captain. They have less of the inveterate armor or weapons arrays of the Eagle.
Of course, she keeps the most powerful vessel under her control. Mr. Chekhov, concentrate your fire on the newer ship. Mr. Sulu, alternate warp and sublight attack vectors. Keep them guessing.
Aye, sir.
Protect the Starstalker. I have not come this far against the Peshan to have it all taken away by one Federation ship. Fight the Mendoc.
What's that?
I know it's a little nitpick, but just think they were doing T and G sound effects instead of TOS.
Yeah, it sounded like that.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all Enterprise D sound effects for this ship.
Oh, for the Eagle. Yeah.
Fight them as if your life depends on it.
I mean, it's not as egregious as having Enterprise D sound effects on Discovery.
Yeah, that's worse, right?
That is worse. Why?
Yeah, that is definitely worse. I mean, this is a fan film that was properly Discovery.
Right.
Puke Discovery was properly financed, so they've got no excuse.
Right. Discovery has no excuse.
Yeah.
That was a bad camera angle where the guy fell over.
Coolant leak, deck 7, section 2. Damage control, deck 7, clear and contain.
Engineering on the comm, sir.
Scotty.
We've got 3 main power couplings down, Captain. We rerouted it, but it's dirty rigged. They'll take an hour to repair.
Understood. Kirk out.
The Meskin hybrid starship is disabled and drifting. Sensors detect 7 incoming contacts. Peshin design.
Hero, you've got to make them understand we're not their enemy.
They won't believe me, Captain. They'll assume I'm under psychomorphic control.
The Eagle is changing course, turning on the Peshin.
My God. Our technology is going to slaughter the Peshin fleet.
Full scan of the Eagle's current configuration now complete. Reviewing it will take time, but it may provide us with an exploitable weakness.
With Mr. Scott needing an hour, we've got to find a way to knock out our screens.
Those circuit nodes are heavily protected from weapons fire.
What about a stimulus overload?
Possible. Such a flash will impair our sensors as well, however, leaving us open to attack from both Peshin and Meskin forces.
It's a chance we're going to have to take, Mr. Spock.
I don't want to see another ship destroyed by a Starfleet vessel.
What's happened?
Sensors are down across the grid. The Enterprise caused it. We cannot accurately maneuver or fire. We're blind.
Then fire on Kirk's last known position. Moreau, get those sensors fixed. Now!
Mr. Sulu, continue on the pre-plan.
Finally, he got up.
Get us some distance.
Aye, sir.
We're likely to recover sensors simultaneously with the Eagle, but the Peshin may rebound more quickly. Confirmed. They already have.
Transfer all power to the deflector screens. Stand down from battle stations. Mr. Sal.
They'll hold against the Peshin lasers, sir.
If we could get out of jamming range for 30 seconds, sir, I could get out a burst transmission to Starfleet Command.
Captain, we can't wait for your fleet to arrive. Those new ships of hers will destroy my people.
Lieutenant Uhura, get me the information from the Eagle's logs. I want to know how to hurt her. Mr. Spock, you have the gun. Engineering.
Decade. One of your officers needs his captain. I'd call that ship's business.
A little bit of the callback to Blood and Fire.
That's his boyfriend, I guess, right? Or
they got married.
Oh,
I think they got. Yeah, because he died as a Kirk.
Injured.
Oh.
Yeah.
Captain.
At ease, Ensign.
I'd be on duty, sir, but the doctor has ordered otherwise.
Well, doctor's orders can.
And this is a particularly good scene for the people who didn't see Blood and Fire. This is kind of an exposition scene to fill in everybody else that had refused to watch it. It was a good story, but it wasn't one of their best, and it was an activist show. Didn't like it at all on that regard.
Getting back to this last scene, Kirk has been sitting down for like 15 minutes of the show. Like, and that's like there's something called blocking you can do. You can move around a little bit around the set. You can walk from over here to over there and then sit back down. But I don't know, just a little nitpick.
You have to be in the chair the whole time, right?
Yeah, the whole time.
Be a bit annoying at times. Dr. McCoy is under the impression that you need a little guidance. Maybe you've been
Kind of like Patrick Stewart in season 3 in the sick bay scene where he's sitting down the entire time. He's getting reamed by Beverly.
Which one? Which episode?
I think it was episode 3.
Oh, with the he was in her office, right?
No, they were in sick bay.
Oh, in sick bay? Okay.
Yeah.
In her office, though, in sick bay.
No.
He was leaning against one of the beds, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. He was just sitting down in one position.
That's it. Not moving.
Not moving at all.
being a bit too hard on yourself over this incident on the planet.
I'm trying to learn from my mistakes, sir. That was your order.
Peter, that was advice, not an order. You might try listening to me a little bit. It might be easier for you if you just relax.
If you just relax.
Could you just please sit down?
I think that's going to be on my budget. I don't want to go. I have family in Schenectady.
Lieutenant Chekhov thinks I'm overanalyzing.
You are. And I know this because it's what another Ensign Kirk used to do. Listen, your distraction on the planet, perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Your wounds, very raw.
Very raw.
But there's no way he would want you to risk your life for his memory.
No, sir, he wouldn't.
Then don't. More than anybody else on this ship, I know that you came here to be with him.
There's no way he would want you to risk yourself for his memory.
That's why we're aboard her.
Or in your case, Peter, him.
Oh, hey now.
For no other reason. Now that he's gone, you
I'm
feel
trying to
alone.
be inclusive.
Really alone. Peter, you're not alone.
Pouty, emo,
Nobody
haircut.
on the ship is alone.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a duty to honor his memory.
Your hair is not regulation.
Living. Please don't let his loss be the weight that pulls you down.
Is that what you would do if you lost someone you loved so much?
That's what I've done.
And I believe Cawley also said that this is in reference to Edith Keeler.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Like, Edith Keeler was the only one he truly madly fell in love with.
Well, when he was on the Paradise Syndrome, what was that one? He's Kirk, right?
Oh, I don't think he remembered. I don't think he has his memories.
No?
Does he?
What was her name again? I am Kirk.
Yeah. Miramani.
Miramani. That's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah. He was somebody else. He wasn't.
That's true. It wasn't really him. It was him, but it wasn't him. Edith Keeler. Who else did he? I guess that was really it.
Love with Keeler.
Edith Keeler must die.
Must die.
That's right.
Jim, do you have any idea what the hell you just did? He knows.
That's great. Carol Marcus has got to be in here somewhere, right?
I
mean-
was assuming that the blonde lab technician was Carol Marcus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from the chick he mentioned in Where No Man's Gone Before.
Okay.
But
I almost married her.
Yeah, but according to this, it was another incident that happens later on.
Okay.
But the timeline just makes more sense if it was that hot lab tech.
Yeah.
I'd like to return to duty, sir. But the doctor.
Yes, the doctor. What exactly did McCoy have to say to you?
To take advantage of the downtime.
Peter, that's exactly what you should do.
Don't waste my time, Moreau. If sensors aren't restored, I expect you to be working on them.
Alirsa, my apologies. My report. I've restored some circuits, but not all. With time.
Time? How much time, Moreau?
Oh, look at the knife.
Time it takes to bandage a wound?
I don't know, my lady. We've never done battle with such a ship as theirs. They know more about certain systems.
They don't know me yet, and you do.
Is that the knife from Mirror Mirror? Look at
I
that.
was just going to comment that.
It's close. It's not exactly the same, but it's close. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be her. It could be
Because I thought
Barbara.
the one in Mirror Mirror had like an opening through the middle, like it was almost two blades, or there's a cutout in the middle of that knife.
Like a Klingon.
Dark
Klingon?
Yeah, like there was an opening, there was a hole or some kind of cutout in the middle. I think.
I'm gonna turn my camera off while I put myself up in the chair, but I'll still be.
No, there
Okay.
was not. In the
No?
handle it was, but not in the blade.
So maybe that could be a callback to Mirror Mirror. Okay,
I think that's Barbara Luna's knife
that's her knife.
from when from the episode. Yeah,
The one she wore on her leg or whatever, her hip.
yeah. The hilt has a cutout, not the blade.
Okay, I thought there was a middle.
Yeah, and it does have the
Yes,
cutout.
you found? No, I'll restore the sensors. Immediately? You have my word. And my heart.
Of course I
Yes, you'll fail me? I will fail you.
Do you think the captain has someone in mind yet to replace Dickerson?
I think you should concentrate more on getting your sea legs under you before vying for department chief. You have a
Wow,
knack
that was
for this
flat.
stuff. Scotty will be eager to Shanghai you for extra work.
Wow, he's monotone. Oh my god.
We've decrypted the Eagle log data.
And that's why he's a minor character. Here's Vic. Not the guy being dragged away, the guy dragging the dead body. This guy. That's Vic.
Oh, he's playing an Endorian.
Captain's log, stardate 813.2. An imperfection in our dilithium crystals have caused an engine imbalance. It's created a wormhole and sent us across the quadrant.
The Stardate system, I gotta make a note on that. They tried to make sense of the Stardate system.
The 4-digit one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard anyway. It's nonsense. It means nothing.
It means absolutely nothing.
Next
And that's-
Generation got it under control. Like that was where it makes sense.
One of the very few things Discovery and Strange New Worlds got right was the Stardate system being all over the place.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like an episode that takes place on Stardate 456.7.8, and the next episode, which happens 8 months later, takes place on Stardate 1234.5.
But that's what they did in the original series. So I mean, if you want to go back, yeah.
Exactly. Which came first, episode 1 or episode 6?
I like how he's wearing the old uniform too. The the cage and where no man has gone before uniform on the Endorian captain.
Well, again, this is before Discovery screwed it all up. So I should be wearing purple.
Long-range communications are down. We have received an answer to our distress call
Vic is good.
from a
Vic
race
is really
nearby
good.
known as the Mesca. They sent a ship to help. Captain's log supplemental. The Mesca. The doctor warned me. Must attempt self-destruct.
Why is this fun?
Last resort. Take as many of them with us as we can.
No! He goes, no! Big Steph scream.
He is a voice actor after all.
Yeah. The evil New Zealand Empire is the bad guys in this.
Maybe the doctor.
Why is it a New Zealand
Alirsa affected his mind. She made him do things. Give orders he otherwise wouldn't have. That crew was bound to follow.
My wife suffered the same fate. She was the captain in our fleet.
God, those painted on sideburns. I just want to wipe them off.
Years ago.
Shoe polish, man. Look at that.
Twisted her mind, used her against us all. At Alirsa's order, Shadi killed my commander and destroyed his vessel. To avoid further carnage, I had to give the order to... My wife's death was at my own hands.
Not anymore.
I did more than deprive Shadi of her identity, Captain. She stole from me my life. When I thought you Meskin, I thought my fate would be the same as Shadi's. Oh, man. I owe you an apology.
No. We owe you. For allowing our technology to be stolen and used against you in the first place.
My wife's death was at my hands.
Bad. It's not easy acting. I'm not saying it's easy, but they could have found somebody.
Armor's a rudidium derivative alloy, protecting our most sensitive areas.
Crap out of it.
Scans of the armor's characteristics indicate a large fleet moving toward the Peshin homeworld.
Captain, you must stop them.
We can't engage an entire fleet. We'd be killing thousands. We've got to take the Eagle back, kill the snake in its head.
While its body devours my people?
There may be a way to stop both Alirsa and her fleet. A review of the Eagle's logs indicate this area of space is uncommonly susceptible to subspace disruption.
Why did everybody just have a look on their face like, oh gosh, here we go, Spock? Oh.
It's like when Data was talking, right? It's the same look.
Yeah, like, oh gosh, Spock, just, I don't care if you're right, just shut up.
This guy needs a Red Bull or something. He's a little tranquilized, this Spock. He's a little bit like he's on Valium or something, you know? Like he just needs a little bit more pep in his step.
Captain, what is this? Spock, you must drink this can.
Caffeine, Spock.
Red Bull. Indeed. Spock. That's doctor's orders, Spock, you free-blooded bastard.
Hey, John.
Hello, John. Hey, while we've got to pause, does anyone else think the actor who plays Peter looks a bit like Tobey Maguire?
Who does?
The actor that plays Peter Cook?
Maybe.
What's up?
He looks a bit like Tobey Maguire, that guy that played Spider-Man in the first Spider-Man movie.
No, I don't see it.
I guess shorter, maybe. Yeah.
They literally have the same face. They're identical. I still don't see it. Lower Decks was brilliant in that.
God, I'm not watching.
They played off. They knew how to play off the Nick Locarno, Tom Paris thing. I'm sorry if you didn't see it yet.
No. I heard about it. I'll catch it eventually. But
I'm talking Mr. President or Mr. VP too.
For some reason, the streaming services that used to show Dix is no longer showing the latest episodes, so I'm gonna have to find it some other way. It's a pain in the ass.
It's about a whole minute, but the way they did it was actually really. I was very surprised at how hilarious it was and how good it was.
Okay.
It was one of the very few out of character, out of universe moments.
Yeah.
That didn't destroy the entire narrative of the episode. It was really well done, though. That looks like Tom Paris. I don't see it. They literally have the same face. They're identical. I still don't see it.
They committed the same crime. Yeah, don't see it.
Local subspace disequilibrium.
Yeah,
Were the Eagle's engine output modified, it would disrupt subspace in this area for some time, rendering faster than light travel impossible.
They're not going to voluntarily modify their engines.
It would take a saboteur.
Wait a minute. This area includes where exactly?
We cannot know the location of every Meskin hybrid starship. To be effective, the disruption must encompass both star systems.
He didn't ask that, Spock. He asked where. The proper response would be here. Dr. McCoy. Here.
God, Jim, that would isolate them totally. What if their colony worlds can't survive without support? Millions could die on both sides.
Mr. Spock, how long would this disruption last?
Unknown.
Many of our colonies would find life difficult for a time. But this would keep my homeworld safe.
And what of the Meskin? Who speaks for them? They can't all support this war. Those who don't die along with those who do?
Such is the unfortunate price of warfare, Doctor. We are not the aggressors.
Yeah, well, ask the dead if they give a damn who the aggressors are.
Fewer would die this way.
You don't know that. You can't know that. Jim, we can't do this.
I agree with the doctor. We'd be making a decision that would affect not only this generation, but countless generations to come. We can't doom two cultures like this.
Captain, you argue for a posterity that won't exist should we die today.
Commander, this isn't the answer. Kirk here.
Sensors have been restored, Captain, but the Eagle's already gone.
Find them. All hands, battle stations.
Captain's log stardate 7232.8. Commander Kirill has contacted his government. They have approved the subspace destabilization plan. That makes my decision no easier.
Jim, we can't do this. I know, Doctor. I know how you feel. I am therefore going to do it anyway.
What's left of the Peshan forces have pulled back to defend their homeworld from an attacking domestic fleet that I must stop, if necessary, with the drastic measures Spock has suggested.
Well, they're dead. That was pretty quick. 2 photon torpedoes to each. They're gone.
She's alone again. Target the Eagle.
Aye, sir.
2 vessels incoming. Hybrid Mexican starships. Time to intercept 3.2 minutes.
6.
Captain, I regret to inform you that your Red Bull had no effect on me.
You need something.
Did the what had no effect?
What's
He
that?
said the Red Bull had no effect.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's just silent.
I didn't hear what you said.
Jim, we can't do this. We must. Bring the popcorn. We must. Bring the popcorn.
Fleet. 7,500 souls. They're gone.
Souls. Gone.
Nothing stands between her and my planet.
We've got to get through that armor.
Captain, it may be possible to strengthen our phasers enough to burn through. We could reroute their power directly to the warp engines.
Our relays aren't designed to withstand that.
Bypass them.
Aye, but the fighter circuits will only hold for a minute or two.
A minute or two will get her attention, Mr. Scott.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Spock.
Scotty.
That gesture.
Yeah.
That's such a Shatner. Yeah, get out. That's it. Go.
Circuits will only hold for a minute or two. I know all about holding for a minute or two, Mr. Scott. That'll be enough.
This plan. How certain are you this thing's going to work?
The problem is not execution, but timing. In order for the Enterprise to escape the subsequent dead zone, the engine imbalance which created the wormhole and brought the Eagle to this system must be duplicated in only moments before setting off the subspace disruption.
Okay, I have a problem with this part. How are we to believe or interpret that the wormhole effect to the engine imbalance in Star Trek, the motion picture, was unknown to Kirk in Star Trek, the motion picture, if they're doing it here? Yeah, I know this isn't canon, but still.
Well,
this is actually, this timeline is instead of the motion picture. This is phase 2, which was going to be instead of the motion picture, and then it got turned into a movie. So this is the first time Kirk's learning about the wormhole effect in this episode.
Well, this to me is like Star Trek season 5, if it existed, right? I mean, like they're not done with the 5-year mission yet. They didn't come home yet,
No.
right? You're saying no? They came home, they got refit, they got sent back out?
No. You're right. They haven't come home yet. But this timeline is definitely instead of the motion picture.
No, because this does lead up supposedly to the motion picture.
No, you're thinking continues, which is a finale of the.
Cawley didn't do this instead of the motion picture. Cawley had every intention of this lining up to motion picture. He had a couple more episodes in mind before the guidelines fell down too, because he was going to keep going tit for tat with Vic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. They had a huge falling out, and the whole production of Phase 2 versus Continues was nothing more than a big dick measuring contest to see which dick had the pointiest ears.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Both going to lead up to the finale, which would be the Enterprise undergoing a full refit.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Would have been good
Kirill,
to see.
Are you sure about this? Are your people sure?
Are you
Not.
Yeah.
It's a price they are willing to pay. There will at least be peace if neither side can visit war on the enemy. If we are to be trapped together forever, maybe it's just accounting for our respective crimes.
You're sure you're an
I can send you home in a shuttle. You'll reach your colony in time.
Captain, I was an astrophysicist. If my people would be lost to space normal travel, someone needs to be outside the phenomena, looking for a solution.
Yes.
And I have no family to return to.
What adjustments do I need to make to the Eagle's engines?
Captain.
Thank God, Captain, they're all dead. Now I can stay outside of the zone and do it.
I'm the logical choice to beam over to the Eagle and effect the modifications. Alirsa's abilities may be a threat to you, while my Vulcan mental disciplines...
I need it here. That woman murdered a starship captain and killed his crew. I'm going, Spock.
It will take 2 saboteurs. Someone must route power to the proper circuits, while the other modifies the plasma flow.
Peter.
Yes, sir.
I understand that you've been polishing your engineering skills. Good. Because you're coming with me.
When do we leave, Captain? Right now.
We're cruising at warp 8, heading deep into our system.
Increase speed to max.
The drain to the engines will limit disruptor batteries and our structural integrity.
Hand up! Intercept the Enterprise. Everything that I have worked to achieve will not be destroyed.
His name is Entok. Now, I can't look at him with a straight face knowing his name is Entok and he doesn't have ridges on his face.
What is he supposed to be? Bajoran?
No, Klingon.
Oh, Klingon. Oh, he's a
Entok
Klingon?
No, he's not Klingon.
Okay.
But Entok is a Klingon sounding
Oh.
name. He's Entok. The way she said it, she sounds like a Klingon too. Entok! Increase speed or I'll slit your throat!
You know why? Do you? Because you will not let that happen.
Take it easy, Grandma.
It gets worse.
Oh.
Just when it does get worse, just remember how hot she was in there.
She was very hot in that episode. That's true. And she's aged very well. I'm not saying she hasn't. It's 40 years later.
But still. Easy, Grandma. It does get worse.
Oh, no.
Mr. Scott, request permission to assist with the warp phasers.
Worse, but it does get worse.
Warp phasers? Is that what we're calling them now?
They will be powered by the warp engine, sir.
Aye. You lads finish these bypasses. I gotta get back to ruining my engines.
Poor Scotty. Get back to ruining my engine.
Balancing the engines puts the lives of everyone on board at risk.
Wow.
Nobody knows that better than Scotty.
What if it doesn't work and there is no wormhole?
We're setting on a warp buoy ahead of the destabilization wave. Starfleet will be briefed in 3 weeks.
And we'll be trapped here?
Not to worry,
Mr.
Ensign.
Monotone.
There's a Class M planet only 13 years away at Impulse.
He's reading.
Mr. Chekhov, it's the Eagle we want.
He's probably reading like some sort of cue card or something he had up on the
Definitely. That is so monotone. That's like when Picard was doing the impression of the professor, right? One long, unending sentence.
It's not as bad as Starship Farragut, though. I'm going to give it that. Starship Farragut the acting was terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
I couldn't do any better. Acting is not easy. I'm not saying I could do better than this. It's just when you see it, we have such high standards set in our minds for Trek, and then when you see somewhat borderline professional, non-professional actors doing it, you see it, you feel it.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
We're spoiled.
Even the odds.
Aye, sir.
Eagle is returning fire. All weapons banks.
Casualty reports. Multiple injuries, Captain.
Bridge to Kyle.
Oh, look.
That's Kyle.
John, if you're there, it's not a failure, Kyle. He doesn't fail. Unlike this son of a biatch.
No, Mr. Spock, no.
Unlike this idiot.
You failed.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. That Asian actor. Who is that exactly?
I don't know.
Okay, got it.
I don't know, but he's a failure. Fail. See?
You failed.
Failed.
Back to some. This isn't canon, but this is like realer Star Trek.
You're right. This is easier to digest. Even with the bad acting, I'll take this over the new stuff. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Captain,
I should really run a dive.
What's that, Mr. President? I'm sorry, buddy.
I just ignore the bad acting. I just get immersed in the sounds and the costuming and the authentic universe side. You know, the writing is so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. People who know Star Trek.
Yeah.
And don't just say, "Oh, I grew up on Star Trek." No, you grew up beating up the people who actually did know Star Trek. Ah, yes.
The real Kyle.
To the real Kyle. Mighty Morphin Racial Rangers.
Who is that? Is that?
We need those phasers now.
These circuits weren't meant for this. They're gonna blow.
Kyle, throw the switch.
Throw the switch.
Kyle, throw the switch.
Throw the switch.
The one thing I'm surprised he didn't do was fire.
Oh yeah, you got to step up to the zoom in or the close up, right? Yeah.
She's ready, Jim. Lock and load. Fire.
Fire. You got to close your fists. You got to clench your fists, right?
Yeah. Fire.
Captain, phasers online.
Fire. Shields and weapons offline.
Hide them from Kirk, then jam their sensors. And get those weapons back!
Yeah.
Shot. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole weapon subsystem. Gone.
Kyle, get those weapons back online.
Aye, sir.
Fire.
Uhura, get me the Eagle.
On spring.
Spinning out of control.
Alirsa, I think it's time we meet face to face. We're prepared to beam you aboard the Enterprise.
Captain Kirk, I had no idea what a developed sense of humor you Starfleet men have.
So for the amount of beating that the Eagle just took, the major crime in this cutscene is that there are no rocks on the bridge.
Rocks. Yes.
No rocks whatsoever. There should be some pebbles or something on the console or something, you know. Since all those systems are connected anyway, those explosions would block the bridge.
Who is that YouTube guy that always highlights the rocks?
Junk Ball.
Junk Ball transmission. Yes, thank you. Yes. Whenever there's rocks, you see the rocks on the bridge. That's right. He did a whole episode on rocks. He did a whole video on the rocks, right?
Yes, he did.
He highlights them on every one of his other videos, but then he did a compilation video of all the rocks.
Yeah. He intercuts the rocks on every single thing. Of course, this starship has what every other starship in Star Trek has had. Rocks.
That's right. He's great. Junk Ball's a great channel. He's definitely
great.
like that.
Yeah. Completely agree.
Well, we've flexed our muscles. We've tested each other. We've looked and we've found our strengths and weaknesses.
Now I would like to show you another muscle that I would like to flex.
I'm very relaxed. Yes.
Let's talk. I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding.
So now it's my turn to slit this pretty throat for you.
I didn't say anything about pretty, but yes.
No. I'll come to you. This way you'll get a first-hand look at the operation of our transporters.
Captain Kirk, you become more interesting with each passing moment. Come to me.
Nice, Thomas. There are no rocks on the bridge. They won't be installed until Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Nice note, Thomas. Nice note. Captain, we don't have any more pebbles. Don't tell me.
Transporter control has been rewired so we can beam both signals in at the same time. The second signal won't be detected. We've rigged it for maximum speed transport to limit time shields are down.
You have the coordinates to beam Ensign Kirk to the Jeffers tube.
Aye, sir.
Keep a lock on those subcutaneous transponders at all times.
True to TOS fashion, the belts, the gun belts, are nothing more than half togas with Velcro.
But they got rid of those after season 1.
Try not to dig this one out with a spoon.
I was dealing a few runs short.
Energize.
Energizing.
Those are the cage transporters, huh?
Yeah.
Two Kirks.
Very true to TOS, though. Rule number 1, no smoking.
That must be punishing me. If we were smart, we'd kill him now.
Rewind it.
This dude's sniveling. You see that dude? He's sniveling. He's like,
rewind it. Just for the transport, and then.
You want to hear what McCoy said?
Yeah, because we sort of cut into it.
Yeah.
Two Kirks. God must be punishing me.
Yeah.
If we were smart, we'd kill him now.
He's sniveling. And then he turns like a robot. Your move, creep.
What's the delay?
He's aboard, my lady. We'll take him to the briefing room.
My quarters.
Oh, they have the cage transporter. I mean, communicator.
Don't think. Just do as I say.
Good, good throwback to
Yeah.
the fact that the ship was captured before.
This is the cage. Yeah, this is like.
But every corridor on the ship is now the one arch that you saw in the corridor shot from the cage.
Yes, that's what they have.
That's it. That's all that was there.
That's all they got.
No change, Mr. Spock. We can't maintain a lock on the captain's transponder. We've done everything we can to boost the signal.
The armor is interfering with the transmission.
What about Peter?
I have a lock on Ensign Kirk. He's in a less protected section.
Yeah.
Mr. Spock, if we can reach the captain by communicator to establish his general position and keep the shields down 75% longer.
That would leave the Enterprise open to heavy attack should the Eagle restore her weapons.
Spock, we are not leaving Jim behind.
If we cannot locate him, Doctor, we may not have a choice.
True, John. True. Absolutely true.
Captain Kirk.
Gotta remember, this was before
Well,
New Trek came along.
In person at last.
I don't know.
Are you truly here to talk?
Sorry, I should have stopped it. I'm going to rewind it because I was talking through that. Yeah, this was 2011, so this was at least 6 years before the Abomination was created. That ignored cage-style uniforms. I wish this was canon. This was so good.
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Well, in person at last.
Welcome to Macbeth, Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
Skulls.
Jeez, look at that. You're right. Samurai swords on the wall.
Yeah. Were they hers or Captain Vic's? If they were Captain Vic's, that would be pretty freaky.
I like my katanas.
Secretly planning to kill me.
Well, telling you would take away half the challenge, wouldn't it?
Oh, we are two of a kind.
Why don't we just start with a tour of your modifications?
Hubba.
I have something else in mind.
Alirsa?
Do not question me, Andar, for your next visit to these quarters will be far less pleasant than usual.
All right, just remember, the scene's coming up. She was hotter in the 60s. She was hotter in the 60s. She was hotter in the 60s.
She's a handsome
Tell
woman.
yourself this as we continue.
Very handsome.
No guards? I'm flattered.
Okay, so of all the psychotropic powers that you could have, changing your hair and makeup is the most powerful you've got.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference between her and a real woman is that hers was instantaneous. A woman would take hours to prepare for you. Yeah.
You don't strike me as the type of man who would hurt a defenseless lady.
And you don't strike me as a lady.
Oh, shit!
Defenseless.
You don't strike me as a lady. Huh? Oh, shit! Got caught. Who's defenseless? Don't worry, Alirsa. It was just the Shatner pause. You don't strike me as a lady who's defenseless.
You are right about one thing. I'm anything but defenseless. You see we are the same, don't you?
Yes, we are.
Got the cage music playing. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you noticed, Captain.
Call me Jim.
Call me Jim.
I'm waiting for the immediate cut to the Orion thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Nice place you have here, Mr. Pike.
Orion females are known for their taste appetites.
Oh shit!
Cute Sasquatch. And then Sasquatch goes back. It's like, yeah, that's what I thought, Jim.
Call me Alirsa. Jim, you were going to tell me why you're here.
The music cues. Jim, gong. Like his ears are perking up like he's a dog.
Well, I'd like to.
Yes.
I can't.
You can. Jim, you trusted me the moment we met.
So she goes from Wicked Witch to Beverly Crusher.
Same wig, anyway.
Yeah.
I trusted you.
Yes.
There's Beverly.
From the moment we first met.
Modifications complete, Mr. Spock.
Acknowledged. Activated Mr. Centel's signal for transporter coordination.
Peter, the captain's transponder isn't working.
Mr. Spock, stand by. I can set this to trigger remotely.
They knew the ridiculous music cues. Peter, the captain's transponder isn't working. Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly. You have to do that.
That's why you need the Orion theme.
The Wolf in the Fold. They use that same music, right? For the dancing girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolf in the Fold. This is the Romulan music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim, I think it's time for you to tell me why you're here.
Your armor modifications. It would take us years to learn about them from scans. I came to get the information for Starfleet.
James Cawley's having a good old time.
Jim, that would have been very, very, very naughty. You should beg forgiveness, shouldn't you?
Should.
Yes.
I should.
Yes.
Transporter. You want it? I could show you how to fix it.
Yes. Show me. Show me to have more power and all will be forgiven.
Take me to your engineer.
Yes.
I'll show him.
Yes. It's all right.
No.
Impossible. You couldn't have.
Oh, I wouldn't have. Not with you. Somehow I knew I'd find you here. What happened? Exhaustion. What are you doing here? There's no signal from your transponder. I've set the disruption to trigger by remote. Inside.
Mr. Spock, we've lost both signals now.
They've restored weapons and are charging all ports.
The imbalance will begin at warp 1, but if they fire their disruptors,
Take evasive action.
the Eagle's engines are whining like a toy. We got less than 50 seconds.
Enterprise, 2 to be mapped. Deck 5, Section 7.
Transporter room, prepare to energize. Lower the shields. Mr. Sintel, you have 42.9 seconds.
1, 2, 3. Oh! Sorry, that was a
We've got them, Mr. Spock.
Blast him.
Shields up.
Launch the warp buoy, Mr. Chekhov. Mr. Sulu, warp 1.
Good job. Good job, Mr. They could have put a Wilhelm scream in there. It would have been a lot funnier. Instead of
Oh, this is the wormhole. Oh, there we go. Torpedo arm.
No, belay that.
Belay
Armor photon torpedo. That's great.
Federation space, Captain.
Exactly 3 parsecs from Starbase 7.
I thought we might need the benefit of their repair facilities.
Did you kill her?
That's right,
She's
John.
wounded, Commander.
That's right.
Powerless. I'd call that justice.
A shallow justice, Captain.
Captain's log, stardate 7233.1. Repairs are almost complete. Starfleet has gathered a task force which will be heading for Peshin's space.
What was that starting?
Repairs are all. Captain's log, stardate 7233.1. Repairs are almost complete. Starfleet is
Yeah, I keep forgetting that they make sense of Stardate.
gathered a task force which will be heading for Peshin space.
Worker bee.
Probes detect the dead zone blanketing the entirety of the Peshin and Meskin systems. For how long? We can't be sure.
Come.
Romulan ale? Oh.
You wanted to see me, sir.
Yes, I did. Mr. Chekhov, your idea to channel the phasers through the main warp engines, do you realize it destroyed the entire weapons subsystems?
Yes, sir, I'm aware of that. I'm sorry, sir.
You saved the ship.
He saves us all. Don't
you save my life on the planet.
The hell I can't.
Captain, I was only doing what any good officer would do.
Mr. Chekhov, you consistently see dangers to this ship and to this crew long before the rest of us do. You're at the navigation station. You strategize, analyze, see things the rest of us never dream of. You have a fatalistic heart, Mr. Chekhov.
Sir, I am sorry I have disappointed you.
I'm going to make you Chief of Security.
I'm giving you a whistle.
Yep.
In addition to your duties as navigator.
Thank you, sir.
You realize, of course, this will put Mr. Kirk under your direct command. I understand you've already taken him under your wing.
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
Well, he's going to need a mentor. And I
Don't
can't think of
speak
anyone
that
more
way,
suited to
Seb.
the task. You know how he is. He's
I'd
a bit
like to
too
win
rash. Stubborn.
Out you go.
Competitive.
You've seen things.
Switch
before-
sides.
Before I've even realized. I'm going to make you Chief of Security now.
Take this whistle.
And out of the airlock you go.
That's also why I thought this was instead of the motion picture, because in the motion picture he is Chief of Security.
This is where he becomes Chief of Security.
It's setting it up.
Yeah.
Because also in the series Phase 2 that was canned and then transferred to a movie, he was going to be Chief of Security in that series as well.
Mm-hmm.
Via the hand scream again.
I
think it was the same hand too, wasn't it? Speaking of attention to detail.
Was it his left hand or his right hand?
Way too hard on himself.
The whistle you're referring to is Bosun's whistle.
Bosun's whistle, yeah.
Consensus on this ship is that he reminds you of somebody else.
Yes, you. Captain.
Speaking of which, yeah, that was the running joke, wasn't it? The reason why he only remembered Chekhov, but we didn't see it, was because he was taking a dump it the whole time. I, of course, remember you, Mr. Chekhov. And how bad you smelled up the whole ship.
I never forget the face.
Or a stink. Chekhov. We do have epic sheets, Mr. Khan. It is needed. Diarrhea was needed. I prove it to you.
Captain, gentlemen, I'm glad we got a chance to say goodbye before I transport to the Lexington.
People are safe and have all of you to thank for it. Especially you.
For risking yourself to Alirsa's powerful will.
Well, she'd never met a Kirk before.
We have will to spare, sir.
And we managed to use it together.
Commander Kirill, good luck on finding a solution to the dead zone.
I shall be interested in monitoring the progress of the task force.
There may be no solution coming.
No. But it was necessary to stop the slaughter. Perhaps now both sides will be more focused on the problems that the dead zone presents, rather than a war that can no longer be.
All right, I'm going to rewind this for a second, because I want you to look at his eyes. I wonder if he got punched in the eye before.
More focused on the problems that the dead zone presents,
One eye half
rather than a war that can no longer be fought.
Well,
No, I think he's just.
I hope that
acting,
you see your home again
trying
and that your
to.
people prosper, no matter what their condition.
Yeah, James, you shouldn't have punched me that hard. Ow. Now I can't deliver my lines, seriously.
Lexington signals. They're ready, sir.
Safe travels, Commander.
And you, Captain.
We'll never see you again.
Energize.
On Earth. Oh, I was a prince.
A prince.
You'd never have to wait for the bathroom.
All bold men. Leif Erikson, he didn't have to wait either. Napoleon.
I'm taking it up, man. Get out.
Old men take what they
There
want.
goes one
They take a
brave
shit
man.
when they want.
The Peshin are a brave people to have embraced a solution with such complex challenges.
The challenge begins now, Spock. We're facing life in a world. Every day presents a new set of challenges. It's going to take a lot of courage to work together for the common good. Courage, gentlemen. The order of the day.
That was a nice visual of the space dock, though. I did like that at Starbase 11. Yeah.
I really like how they recreated the visuals of the wormhole from Star Trek and the streaking on their faces. They didn't do the slowed down speech bit, but they did the visuals perfectly.
They did, yeah, the way it streaked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Khan, times have changed. Now you wait. Enjoy water from Mexico while you do. I am from Mexico.
Do not get Montezuma's
hot. I fought at thee. For hate's sake. I pee my last pee at thee. That's what you get, Chekhov.
And we devolved into toilet humor.
Khan in the toilet, yes.
The Wrath of Khan is actually what he had to eat.
That was good. I mean, look, I appreciate it. I don't know how to put this. I think I really appreciate technically Star Trek Continues a lot more. I respect what James did here. I'm not poo-pooing it. But technically the other one was really so good, you know? And yeah, but these are good. This is still better than what we have to watch. Like you said, the new Trek. This is much better.
Yeah. The stories are better written.
Yeah.
Okay,
The acting might be a little bit off from some of the background characters, but the story by far is better written.
And folks, I just want to note also the link to the original video, if you want to watch it uninterrupted without us gabbling and blah, blah, blah all over the place, is down in the description. And full credit goes to Star Trek. Technically, right now, it would be the James Cawley Company for their production of this one of these wonderful episodes. And I highly recommend Phase 2 and Star Trek Continues. I think next week, since Jeff Nerdy is still off, if I'm not mistaken, John, I could do. I'm thinking of doing a Continues episode.
That would be great.
I'm thinking of doing the John Delancey one.
Oh, that was good. That one wasn't bad, but yeah,
that was really.
The other one I was thinking of doing was the
Mirror one.
Embracing the Winds, actually,
okay.
And that was the one with the where they proposed that no female has ever captained a Constitution class starship, and
That one wasn't bad either. A lot of dialogue, but that wasn't bad. That one wasn't bad.
It was that came out in 2016. And of course, that was in response to the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Oh, I didn't even put that together, actually.
And Vic's a Trump supporter. This is a big reason why a lot of people don't like Vic.
Make Star Trek great again.
Yeah. James Cawley and Vic Mignogna definitely did that until it got ruined.
I'm looking at the episodes they have. Fairest of them all, Alani. Which ones do they have here? They had so many good episodes.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested, I'd like to do, well, it'd be after Jeep Nerdy's back, so we might have to do it on a different day. But sometimes I'd like to go through Star Trek Phoenix with you, which is another fan thing. It's quite different to other Star Treks, but I like the concept, and I really wish they were able to make more than one episode before it got canned. It's kind of a mixture of Star Trek versus Babylon 5 because they had ambassadors on board as well.
Well, then let me respond to John real quick and quote Commander Krug: "Because you wish it, it will be done."
There's no jeopardy. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah. The one with Apollo isn't bad. I mean, they're all good. Oh, just pick any of them. They're all good.
They're all good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Embracing the winds, I was thinking about, but I'm also thinking that might be a little bit too heavy-handed on the politics, considering the background of that episode.
Didn't they go back to the planet with the Iosians? Didn't they do the piece of the action? They didn't go back to that too, or no?
No.
It was a vignette. They did like a vignette or something. They did like a little. They did vignettes. Okay.
They didn't. Let's see. What did they do?
The first one was with Apollo. That was the first one that they did, right?
That was really cool.
Yeah. Then the mirror one was interesting, where they went back to after Mirror Mirror. The White Iris. What else do they have? Divided We Stand. That was the Civil War one. That one you can skip.
We don't get out of here, we'll both die. Perfect. Then that's the way it shall be.
I have had enough.
Enough of you.
I was mentioning Kurtzman and the people in charge of puke discovery even before Kurtzman came along. I always mentioned Kirk beating them up and that I have had enough of you. Instead of Krug, it's Kurtzman and Co.
Joy Chu.
Joey Chu. There's a movie called Senior Moment, and it stars William Shatner and Christopher Lloyd. They play old men, and it's they're retired, I guess, and they're living their life, and they're chasing this, I guess, woman to try to win her affections. It's kind of like Grumpy Old Men, but newer, and it's funny to see them together again. Those two.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Actually, it's not bad.
You live or die. I do not deserve to live. Fine, I'll take it later. Scotty, take him to the back. Wait, you said you would kill me. I lied.
He did the gesture, the little thumb, the little same one.
When did that movie came?
2021. It probably didn't hit screens. It went movie theaters. It went right to video. I think you can stream it on. I'm not sure. Probably any of the movie channels. It's called Senior Moment.
Okay. Cool.
William Shatner, Christopher Lloyd, Gene Smart. Let me see here. Yeah, it came out in 2021. It's good. I mean, they're older. They're playing older characters because they are older, but it's a good story. It's nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, I'm going to be on for just a little bit longer, so if you want to join us on the panel, the link is at the top of the chat. Come join us for a few more minutes of hilarity. And we had just watched Enemy Starfleet from Star Trek New Voyages Phase 2. And next week, all right, what's the consensus here on the episode we're going to watch next week? It is going to be continues. I'm thinking That's What Are Ships For, which is the John Delancey one.
That's a good one.
Or the Incredible Hulk one.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno and the Lolani. Is that Lolani?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great one too. I mean, they're all good. Just not the Civil War one. You can skip that one.
The Civil War one was terrible.
Yeah, that one you can kind of skip. Any of them are fine. The first one's good, but it got better later on though. Too. So.
The first McCoy they had was trash.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he wasn't.
I would do What Ships For as my suggestion, but you can do whatever one you want.
Embracing the Wind still treads the shadow. I don't remember. I have to watch these again. What Are Ships For? It's episode 9. Okay. To Boldly Go. That's the end, right? They wrap it up. At the end. It's part 1 and part 2.
Part 1 was trash. Actually, part 2 was really good.
Part 2 is where they get home, and that's the end. And he wears the uniform, the new the Admiral uniform.
You won't give me McCoy's line. You won't catch me dead in that thing. I'm going to be down to the ranks pretty soon, Bones. You don't have to I'm leaving Starfleet.
Yeah, this is good.
Let's see. So
I just respect what they did. They put so much love into that. It continues, both of them especially, but just from a technical standpoint, I just respect it so much. They duplicated everything, like the lighting, the sound, just every little detail they could possibly do. I just respect it.
It's a pity that Vic didn't get a license to keep his set up, because his set was so much more true. It's a bit pity that he didn't get the license instead of Crawley, and I guess because those two were fighting, imagine that would be the terrible nail in the coffin to the fight, wouldn't it? Oh, that's what I was going to ask too. The fight that they had.
Very good night, Brad Wolf. Thank you for joining us.
Good night, Brad Wolf.
Thanks, Brad.
Have a good one. The fight that they had, was that after James Cawley had to stop playing Kirk and then Vic wanted to take over, or did Vic want to be Kirk from the beginning and James Cawley was like, no, you won't be Kirk from the beginning? Or was it just when they transitioned to a new Kirk after Crawley stopped playing him?
Kirk, the story that I remember, and if anybody happens to watch this later on that is in the know, and they can put the correct version in the comment section. From what I remember, the decision to make Kirk be played by a professional actor came down to James, and James, for some reason or another, didn't think Vic would be a good Kirk. Vic got pissed off and went to go prove him wrong.
Sure did. Sure did.
New Voyages. I got to tell you though, was it Ben? I'm thinking Ben. What's his name? Jim Gross or something like that. Hang on a second. I'm gonna look up the actor's name. Captain Kirk Face.
I thought Cawley was better than the guy that replaced him. The guy you're talking about. I don't think
I
he was.
So too.
He was okay, just kind of bland. He was like okay. He wasn't. Because Cawley was channeling so much Shatner, that was more entertaining to me to watch. The imitation, the Shatner impressions.
I don't know why they changed at all. In fact, that's why I stopped watching Phase 2 instead.
At the time, I remember reading that he was trying to focus more on his Elvis stuff.
Yeah, that's
right?
part of the reason too.
So he said. I mean, that was, who knows what's truth and what's not, but that was what he was talking about back then and writing about. I guess that's what pays the bills for him, not, fan fiction, Star Trek, where you can't technically profit on it, right? So,
Brian Gross. Brian Gross is the name of the actor who played him. And I'll bring up Oh, what was the name of that episode? Star Trek Phase 2.
Was it Phase 2? Is that what it was? Or New...
He came on during Phase 2. It was an episode of...
Come What May? What is this here?
I'm going to pull it up in just a second here.
Yeah.
Harm's Way. Harm's Way was...
To Serve All My Days. That's the one with Chekhov, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Scotty
was in that one?
No, that was To Serve All My Days. That was Chekhov, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Playlist.
These are like this is before they did an HD. I'm going back to the original ones.
Check out Mind Sifter.
Wow, his hair was really bigger back then. Oh my goodness. And that original Kirk with Spock was terrible too. Oh, this is crazy how long ago this was. I'm watching like the first few episodes. Katoomba. That was that was a good one. And these came out like very sporadically when they were released, right? Like you get one a year sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? If I remember correctly.
All right, let me share this. We're not watching the full episode. I'm going to skip through it parts.
Program is brought to you in living color
and the surrounding planets. Captain Kirk is not here.
A logical assumption, but not yet conclusive.
Starfleet has concerns.
May I be excused, Captain?
He's a decent McCoy. He's a holdover.
Dr. McCoy.
Gross looks the part, but he didn't sound.
Captain James Tiberius Kirk.
Oh, God.
So very good to see you again.
What is this?
Klingon hospitality.
Kidnapping? You trying to start a war?
Oh, on the contrary. I'm going to end one before it ever begins. With just a little cheating.
Cheating? Isn't that dishonorable?
No. Losing is dishonorable.
This is not Core's character. He wouldn't do this.
Yeah, this is no John Colicos.
I assure you, it isn't drugged.
Well,
thank you. I'll pass.
All of this unpleasantness could have been avoided. Simple answer to a simple question.
Okay. All right, I'm going to stop this here.
Yes,
this was actually really good, believe it or not. I really like it. I'm going to end up watching it. I do have issue with that one because that's not core, even though it's supposed to be core.
Yeah.
But all in all, Brian Gross really displayed his acting chops. Well, the problem with that is that he really didn't come across as a Kirk.
No.
Not as well as James Cawley did, or not as well as Vic.
Because he wasn't channeling Shatner. And I think that's he was just taking his own take on it. Right? I mean, and he looks almost too young. Kirk is supposed to be young and brash and all that, I know, but he almost looks too young. Like
that's not really what bothers me about Ben Gross's performance. I actually was so much better than Paul Wesley.
Which one? Oh,
that's the one from the show called Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
The alleged Star Trek.
That guy, but yeah, okay.
Strange new canon violations.
Yeah.
But I don't mind him so much, though. He's bothering you. You're saying that this guy's better. Gross is better than
Paul Wesley, and I will be fine 1,000 times over.
There was just something in that last scene when you had Paul Wesley and Spock together, and the way they pulled out of that, it looked good. They looked good on screen together. Like they fit well. There was something there. I don't know.
It's a soft pilot for TOS reboot, which I actually wouldn't mind over the crap.
Okay with that. Yeah. Just fix the ship. Get it looking right.
Yep.
Which
if it's
they may or
supposed
may
to be
not
on
do.
timeline, if it's on one timeline, just if not, remake TOS in your own image and just shut up. Just do it.
Just do it already, right? Yeah.
I don't care if it's problematic to have a straight white guy as captain in the 21st century. Just get it over with, because you're going to piss everybody off anyway. Just do it.
I'm just thinking with reboots like Resort Jim says, do something that gets away from established characters.
What's that?
The first part I said was I'm sick of reboots, and then I said second part was like Resort Jim often says, if you want to do something in the Star Trek universe, do something that steps away from established
They did.
characters. So
Discovery. It sucked.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, but it wasn't terrible because of the new characters. It was terrible for a whole host of other reasons.
I mean,
the way you said that.
it's
great.
Yeah.
Discovery. It sucks. It's terrible.
That's terrible. It is. How's to put it?
Nobody's denying that.
They tried new characters. Saru, I can't like the guy. Nothing about him. The Doctor, I hate.
I like Saru. Saru is probably the only Star Trek character there.
But he's... Yeah. All right. The Doctor. I don't know what the bridge people's names are. I don't even know who they are.
The Discovery is crap not because it uses new
Stamets.
characters. Discovery is crap because of the terrible writing and it being a prequel. You can do a new show post Nemesis for once with new characters and it'll be good.
Well, now technically,
I'm down for that.
That is Star Trek Discovery.
Sorry?
We have it in Star Trek Discovery, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Discovery is not bad just because they use new characters. It's bad for it's terrible for other reasons. If you're gonna say that any Star Trek show with new characters, then you're as guilty as the ones that said TNG would never work. And that was brilliant.
Yes.
Because it's bad.
But that's true. But I'm trying to be open minded, and I actually do like Strange New World. Some of it, I like what I'm seeing there. So
Yeah, we well aware of your kickbacks that you're getting from Paramount. You don't need to remind us every week how much you love Strange New World.
I'm trying to. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I'd like to see Star Trek Legacy. I mean, would you mind seeing Captain Seven on the Enterprise G or whatever it's called? I mean,
yeah, I actually wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that either.
But Metellus would have to be involved in it at the moment.
Of course, he'd have to, otherwise it wouldn't work. Yes.
But at the moment, they're saying he's not going to. So I don't. Think
well, you know how that goes. You know how that goes. They have to pay him. Show me the money. Show me the money, honey.
But Alex Kurtzman said that he hears the fans loud and clear. Yeah, he hears the fans loud and clear while he's giving us both a double middle finger, not just one, but two middle fingers.
Yeah. I love that interview where they asked him about Legacy. They go, "Yeah, we've heard the fans. Yeah, right." He's like, the fans have spoken loud and clear. He goes, "Yeah, we've heard them." Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree 100%, John. Did you want to come up, John, for the panel discussion?
He might not be. He's welcome to, obviously, of course, but I don't think he's able to because otherwise he'd be able to do. Otherwise, he'd be doing Jeopardy.
Yeah, fair enough. I forgot that you were. Sorry, John. Ignore me.
And today's actually a kind of a special day for me too. So I'm actually going to be wrapping this up in the next minute or so. Try and round this up at even 2:20.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I ask you a quick question off stream, Tokyo, or you don't have time even?
I was actually planning on signing off.
Fair enough. Oh, it'll wait till next week, man. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. John, I forgot.
Yeah. And
Tokyo, this was fun though. Thank you for doing this tonight. This was actually a good idea.
Yeah, it was
Not a problem. And I think next week let's do What Are Ships For with John Delancey.
Done. It's a date. Looking forward to it.
Not a
would
date.
Would it be okay?
Not like that.
Would it be okay if we did next week's an hour earlier, or would that not work for everyone else?
I kind of want to leave it up to the same time slot as Jep Nerdy because it seems to work for everybody in Jep Nerdy. So
Fair enough.
And I think I could be wrong because I haven't talked to him in over a year or so, but I think Revan's got a stream before Jep Nerdy.
Okay.
And some others do as well. So like Jep Nerdy everybody seems to migrate to Jep Nerdy at a specific time. So this is just to fill the vacuum. This is not a regular thing. So when John comes back, these live streams will end.
It's a fake.
It's a fake. It's a date with that hot chick. It's my pleasure, John. What do you think of her tits? I think they're fakes.
If you want to do watch-alongs, there is a YouTuber. I forget his name. I'll have to give him credit later, but he does watch Star Trek Voyager, Next Generation, DS9. He does watch-alongs, and I can pull up his name. I think it's on Discord. But
how did you get around copyright?
well, that's what I was going to say. He blurs the screen, so you can't really see it. But he puts a timestamp on there, so you can watch it on another computer on Netflix or now it's Paramount Plus. You just line up the timestamp, so you can kind of see where you are that way.
Salty does it.
Okay.
So I guess
Trekker does a kind. He used to do movie nights with Matthew.
Okay.
Until Matthew stopped going to them, but he would use YouTube to play a piece of a still from what they're watching, and then he would have a link to where it's actually being streamed, and he would host the stream there. I don't know how he does, but it's a fairly good idea. But I kind of like this format.
You can't really stop it though. You can't. That's the only thing.
Right.
You just have to let it go.
Well, I kind of like doing these YouTube videos because they're on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And you don't exactly need permission as long as you give credit. The algorithm just looks it over.
It's Ryan's Edits is the name of the channel. He does who I'm talking about. He does little short videos too, but he does a watch along.
Right?
What's that?
He does the intakes.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's him. He does the Star Trek intakes. Yes.
Oh, he's that guy. Okay. Yeah.
And you can watch his channel. He does watch. I've actually been on one or two of them myself too. And he does it through. I think you join through Discord. He does it through Discord, and he puts like a blurred video up there, and you kind of just watch along. And he says, "Press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1," and you kind of line up your screen with with where you're at. That's the only way around it, I guess.
Collider used to do that too.
Okay, but it's fun. It's fun because it's these are episodes we know. We don't even have to pause them really. Like we know we know what's going on. And that guy, he's obsessed, just like Junk Ball's obsessed with rocks. Ryan is obsessed with the triangle ship that you see in like every episode, every series. This one particular ship has been in every single Star Trek series.
Okay.
It looks like a triangle. Okay. So he has a counter on the screen. Every time you see that ship, it comes up on it pops up on the screen. Oh, triangle ship. There it is.
Star Trek bingo card.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, hold on a second. Before we end this stream, just to play a little something that people don't really realize what we're talking about here about the rocks.
That's great. Junk Ball.
I even think he put it in his Enterprise G Titan video.
Did he? Oh, there's rocks on there too. Did he really?
Skim through it right now, and if there are rocks, I'll play it.
That's great. Why is there rocks on every ship? Was it Year of Hell? Oh, there was a ton of them on that one, right? On Voyager, and then yesterday's Enterprise. I mean, the whole ridge was covered in rocks.
All right, this is going to be the sign out moment, folks. So here we go.
Okay.
See you guys.
Right.
But there's always something to nitpick if you're looking for something to nitpick. Overall, this is the best season of any of the new Trek shows. It certainly isn't perfect, but I think it's a much better send-off than Nemesis. The fan service was a bit much at times, but it was a sincere effort from Matalas and crew to honor the franchise's history, which included a reminder of the danger that all Starfleet officers and ships face.
With a rock. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't even notice it.
Yesterday's Enterprise. Yeah. The Rock. That's great. That's so good. Smart.
It's
Watch out for rocks, folks.
I'm
muted.
Check out Captain Meat Shield for that rock music theme. Awesome YouTuber. I want to thank Mr. President. I want to thank Omnicast, John DeMarco,
Yes.
Brad Wolf, Thomas Potts, Omnicast, Bird of Prey Kapla, and one other person, DJ Ronnie G. Thank you all for coming to our screening of Enemy Starfleet. Next week, we will be doing Star Trek Continues, What Are Ships For, starring Vic Mignogna and versus John Delancey. I'm a white guy in Tokyo, Japan. I will see you guys on the next one. And my outro, my tribute outro, is now the greatest food review show on TV or something like that here on YouTube. A peace.
See you.